Well, I've asked Tim Van Auken, who is the realtor from Council Realty that's been hired by the HRA to market this property, to talk a little bit about the property here at 831 Mississippi Street and how it's being marketed, even though by the time this show airs, the home might be sold already. But wanted to talk to Tim because it's interesting to me, this whole process of how we've gone about putting the home on the market and deciding, I guess, how to price it for starters is kind of a difficult thing, I would assume.
Yes, definitely in today's market with the volatile and ever-changing market values in properties, we really have to keep an eye on what's going on and predicting what may happen, where the market's going to go, if it's going to go up or down. And unfortunately, we're in a trend where we're in a down market again. We're seeing that trend start. Determining the market value, there's various things that we have to do. We look at the different trends of properties that are within a mile radius of this, specifically in Fridley, hopefully. And we gauge things that are currently active for sale, things that are pending or are under contract to go to a closing, and things that are actually sold. It's really important to look at what actually sold, because properties are not worth anything until somebody's willing to pay a price for something else. So we really have to be very careful and aggressive in this type of market to get the property sold in a timely fashion and to obtain the highest value that the property will gain in this type of market. We look at various things. I look at taxable market values that the county has put on there, also alongside with where they actually sold. And then we have to look at variations of location. You know, are there detrimental things to the property that would inhibit buyers from maybe wanting to purchase that property? When we start putting that all together, we really come up and can gauge a price on the property to market it in a timely fashion, to have it sold. But at the end of the day, what we really have to be aware of is the appraised value. Because if a buyer comes in and wants to purchase the property, they're more than likely going to come in with some type of financing. And if they come to an agreement on a price, the appraiser is going to come out to the property and appraise it. So if the agreed purchase price does not support what the appraisal, or vice versa, then we're in a standstill where that contract is no longer going to be good.
And they're not going to be able to get their financing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, there's, you know, a lot of significant improvements that were done to this home here on Mississippi Street. I'm curious to know kind of your perspective on some of those things, like the addition that was made, or the change in the bedrooms, to like putting the egress windows down in the basement to create a new bedroom in the basement, the enlarging of the bathroom, some of those things, and of course the significant change in the kitchen of the home. What are some of those things that really give someone wanting to put their home out on the market the most payback, I guess, for their home? What makes sense?
Well, there was a study done, and it's done every couple years, that I also participated in. It's called a cost versus value study, and people can Google cost versus value, and they can find a website where it can gauge different projects to your home that you do and what you could expect for a return in value of what you have actually spent. Okay. The hugest things that homeowners can do if they're looking to sell or just improve their quality of living is focus on three major things that give you the best return of an investment. That would be paint, light fixtures, and floor coverings.
It's funny, I remembered the builder in this project talking about that in the very beginning, that was for sure the things they were going to be doing.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're taking a home and not doing major renovation like what happened here, those are some of the basics that homeowners can do to increase value on a property. Home buyers, when they come into a property, you know, having a property that's outdated is sort of a deterrence. If a buyer is coming into a property and you have two identical properties side by side, one's outdated and the other one's not, and they're priced the same, you know, which one is going to be sold first. Even if the updated one is slightly higher in price, that buyer will gauge, well, what do I got to do to this outdated house to make it like that other one? And the cost may not be there to support their purchase. But definitely focusing on kitchens and bathrooms are the biggest updating improvements that a homeowner can make to their property to increase the value. You typically see the buyers, if you got a nice spacious kitchen like this is offering now, it's a huge selling point. I mean, kitchens, definitely when you're working with a couple of buyers that are a couple, if that kitchen doesn't work for her, it's not a good deal. I mean, it's going to be a busted deal. And unfortunately, us men, if the garage is everything, it's a done deal for us, you know. So, but definitely focusing on bathrooms, kitchens are the biggest selling points. Bedrooms, you know, if they're really small, people try to envision what their furniture looks like in that, and maybe they have a bedroom set with a king-size bed, and it's just not going to work in a real small bedroom. So when you come into a house like this that has made the rooms bigger by moving some walls around, utilizing closet space and everything, you're offering that. The master suite in here is very nice and spacious now by removing that dividing wall between two bedrooms. Now you got a nice large area.
Right.
So I hope I answered.
Yeah. And the bathroom was made bigger as well.
Yes, yes. The bathroom itself, they ended up moving the kitchen and the stool area back into an area where a closet previously was for a bedroom that was there. So the before pictures, if you look at those, he just had a real narrow bowling alley lane to walk in, and we know when we're getting ready in the morning and you have a lot of other family members and you're all trying to get in and out of that small bathroom, it's not fun to do that, but you're bumping into each other.
What about basements? You'd think that a basement remodel would have some significant payback.
Well, you know, that's a good question. It really, when you're adding a bedroom downstairs, that can help. Because if you have an existing home that may have 2 or maybe 3 bedrooms on the main floor, but you're taking away a segment of buyers that have a larger household that need that extra bedroom. So if you add that, I feel adding a bedroom to a home in the downstairs is a great way to increase value. Putting an egress window and making sure that that room also has a closet will make it a conforming legal bedroom. And if a homeowner did it themselves, it may cost right around $1,200 with a lot of labor of digging the hole and so forth and cutting out the foundation, put the window in. And if you had a contractor doing it, depending on the contractor and the materials that they're using, particularly the style of window or the brand of window, that can range anywhere from $1,800 to maybe $2,500. With that type of an investment, I think the values of bedrooms could increase the property by $5,000 to $7,500, depending on the size of the room.
Significantly paying for your investment.
Yeah. So, and again, that you have to determine that of what the market's doing right there and then, and try to find comparable properties to support the value that it'll actually increase. So.
Now in this home, they did some modifications to the lower level, but didn't completely change everything down there. So.
No, they were thinking for the future too, for a future homeowner. By removing the 3rd bedroom that was up here and not losing that bedroom altogether, that's where they made a decision to put that other bedroom downstairs. But they did put 2 egress windows in. One is in the main family room as well, which is a very large room that a new homeowner could actually put up another wall in a closet, so that would actually give its 4th bedroom.
Why they did that? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if we don't want to take out any options for new homeowners on this property.